what I'm going to look to understand from you, Shehzad, in just a second from now, is that we're going to first focus on the I.N.D.I.A attack and then the Rajasthan question. So, Shehzad, just to start off, by coming to you with the attacks that have come in from the opposition, yesterday, today, we've seen the opposition again and again say that by attacking the opposition alliance on just their name, it's a sign that the Prime Minister has lost out on actual material to attack the opposition on. What is the BJP's response to this?
Quite contrary to that, what we are saying is that just by taking a new label, you don't change the product. For instance, if some ragtag channel says that I am CNN News 18, will it be the quality of CNN News 18? No, it will not. Similarly, just by putting I.N.D.I.A, it does not mean that you are pro-India in your stand. And therefore, what is important is not name but character, because India is there in SIMI also. It is there when SIMI was banned, it was there in PFI also. Now both those organizations, they have India in their name, but does that mean that they work for India? And I'll ask some specific questions. Yesterday, CNN News 18 reported a very important story. The Indian Union Muslim League Youth Wing sloganeered against Hindus, saying that we will hang them and kill them. Cases have been booked. This IUML is part of the so-called formation with the India acronym. What statement have you seen from Rahul Gandhi, who called IUML secular? Lalu and Mulayam Singh Yadav had said SIMI is actually an organization that works for the youth and should not be banned. The Samajwadi Party manifesto had said that they would release terrorists because they belong to Muslim community. In fact, they started releasing terrorists and the courts had to intervene and say don't do it. The Congress Party Minister Aslam Sheikh had batted for Yaqub Memon. Is this pro-India or anti-India? 26/11 was blamed on India, not on Pakistan, by Digvijay Singh. Surgical strike, Balakot airstrike was questioned by Congress Party. They called it Khoon Ki Dalali. They in fact went to the extent of even saying that in Galwan 2 our martyrs did not show any bravery. So I want to ask you that those who demand intervention in India from foreign land, is that pro-India or anti-India? That is the question. Forget everything else. Article 370, entire country of India is supporting its abrogation, including Aam Aadmi Party, by the way, who's part of them. What is the stand of Congress on Article 370's abrogation? They want 370 to be reimposed. Digvijay Singh said that to a Pakistani journalist. Samajwadi Party is on record against it. So please tell us, what is your character? Forget the name. What is in a name?
Okay. Shehzad, thank you for starting out. To both the Congress and the Samajwadi Party, we're going to go over to each of you. We have enough time today. Sujata, I want to come to you first so that you can respond to each of these points. I'll then go over to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson who's also with us today.
The BJP spokesman doesn't really have anything much to say, but I will go to what the Prime Minister has said, because attacking India has become a habit of the BJP RSS combine. And it is so true that when the Prime Minister says what's in a name, he's only showing his own character, own charitra, the charitra of BJP RSS. How? When you talk about Bharatiya Janata Party, these people have no Bharatiyata. They are the RSS, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, have no Rashtriyata. And then they talk about being Rashtravadi, they have no Rashtravad in them. They talk about being Hindu nationalists, they are neither Hindus, people who live this side of the Sindhu, and that's why they were called Hindus. And they are neither nationalists, like I have explained to you. But when the Prime Minister talks about quit India, of course, this is present in his psyche. Because when the 1942 Quit India movement took place, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee wrote to the then governor of Bengal asking him to crush the Congress's Quit India movement. And of course, these people are coming from the Pittus, and I am using the word Pittu so that more people can understand, the Pittus of the British, because they came, they did nothing, and all they did was enjoy during the British rule. And then they are the ones who had the accusation of assassinating Mahatma Gandhi, Veer Savarkar, Golwalkar. All of them were put into jail by Sardar Patel, no less. Of course, the allegations could not be proved because of lack of evidence and they were let off, but Nathuram Godse, they disowned. And therefore, this Quit India movement which they wanted to crush, today they want to quit India again. And this is the reason why the Prime Minister is saying it. Because Maharaja Modi is very wealthy. He has the ED, CBI, IT, but he is making the country bleed because M for Maharaja and M for Modi, but he will not say the M for Manipur, the real issues which are plaguing the country, the real issues which are troubling the country. And if you notice, it's all a negative narrative this time, and they are trying to build on that because they have no issues to speak about. So it is a hara hua, a person who is frustrated, desperate, who has gone to Rajasthan and come up with this narrative. But let it be so. The people of Rajasthan know who to vote for. They speak about the 5 lakh insurance that they give for medical, of course. But the Rajasthan government has given 25 lakhs in insurance. The Rajasthan government gave the cylinder for 500 rupees to women who were in dire straits after their Ujjwala Yojana failed because the cylinder went up to 1100, 1200 rupees. So the schemes which the government of Rajasthan has brought has put Mr. Modi on the back foot, and it is a negative narrative that he's built.
Okay, Ms. Paul, just stay with us. I now want to give the Samajwadi Party spokesperson Pradeep Bhatti, who's with us, a chance to speak. Shehzad, will then come back to you to your response to each of these leaders. Mr. Upadhyay, you'll have to wait just a second. Pradeep Bhatti, do go ahead.
Thank you and good evening to all. Firstly, the Prime Ministership is an institution and its dignity and prestige should be maintained. Unfortunately, Honorable Prime Minister has not come out of his misinformation, misleading, full of lies, jumlas mindset. As you are discussing today's event, how can you miss the great lie of Honorable Prime Minister got exposed today, where he lies about opening IIT-IIMs every year in America? And the reality is that yesterday in the answer to in the parliament, not a single IIT-IIM opened in the last 5 years. Do you expect a party, a compulsive liar, and his head to speak truth about his opponents or opposition parties? So what will a leader speak when this ground getting hollow and failed flapping endeavors getting exposed? So I'll say that खिसियानी जुबान में आप क्या expect कर सकते हैं? Even in the worst possible, whatever is Prime Minister is saying today about these opposition parties, which ideally in democracies it has to be respected. Even in the worst possible time, after the death of Honorable Mahatma Gandhiji's murder, affiliations, the murderers' affiliation and association, organization, and its political arm. It was very crystal clear, but the then Prime Minister at that time did not even name that opponent political party. And now you see what the label Prime Minister Modi has bring the opposition parties and how he's blaming them. So it's very well understood the PM's desperation, and the PM wants to keep people of this country entangled in the frivolous issues. When PM will be speak about the rocket issue, rocket high price rise, when will Prime Minister of this country will speak about the petrol, gas, diesel price, tomato price, cooking oil price, and other necessities? When he will be talking about the issues related to farmers, employment, unemployment, 10 crores they are supposed to give. What about the black money in 100 days, where it has gone? What about the poor and deprived people? 80 crore people are getting free ration.
Mr.
So I
Bhatti,
request the Prime Minister, just a last line, I request the Honorable Prime Minister, enough of diversion tactics, please come to the basic, whatever you have promised in the manifesto, 90% of the promises are falling apart. So please come to the basics, don't divert the things, and let the country know what you have done in these 5 years. Don't just crib and curse or abuse the opposition party. That's not going to help